If you wanted to invade the United States, do you think it would be smarter to come by sea, by air, or to disguise yourself with no paperwork and walk over the southern border in plain sight? Because while people are stuffing virtue up their balloon knot until they burp seed oils, the vast majority of supposed migrants at the southern border are military-aged single men. Because while everybody feels so good and virtuous in suburbia or in their Tribeca loft with their doorman and their security and not being in a border town, the United States is actively being invaded. And you gotta be next level dumb to not connect the dots and see how obvious this is. And they'll say completely clueless things like, no person is illegal. Shut up, Sandra! Go back to shooting your tick snap videos as a day in the life of a non-binary needle distributor at a local open-air drug market. Gotta keep people safe. Because you don't have to be that smart to figure out how easy this is. Very simply, we're on pace to reach record highs in September for migration. And these people are not all seeking asylum. And it's not families. And they're not just coming from Mexico. They're coming from Guatemala, Venezuela, and even Africa and countries very far away. They didn't just walk here. And then when we tried to put preventative measures in to keep them out or to screen them, well, they have asylum court dates set 10 years in the future. They get shipped off to other states in the interior to never show up to their court date ever. On Joey Basement's first day in office, he removed the Remain in Mexico policy, which forced migrants that passed through Mexico to seek asylum in the country that they passed through before coming here. Before he even got into office, in one of the debates with Donald J. Ballgame, he literally said, we need to surge to the border. Those are his exact words. Surge to the border. An open invitation for them to do this. Then they cut razor wire, they take away the blockades that were placed in the Rio Grande River to protect people from trying to cross this dangerous river that even our own Border Patrol has died in, trying to rescue people from drowning. So they remove all that and just open the doors. They get free phones, free clothes, are taken care of, free money, etc. Then, when they're at the border, they just discard all their documents. They discard their birth certificates, their passports, any information about them. They just literally show up empty-handed. My name is whatever, I'm from wherever. They know exactly what they need to say in order to get asylum or to get processed and released into the interior. And you're going to tell me that our adversaries, that foreign lands that want to destroy us aren't going to just send in some guys? Oh, here's 9,000 military-age men a month. Even if 1/10 of them get in, you're talking tens of thousands of secret spies or who knows what. But who cares about that, right? Because a couple of soggy soypersons that live in San Francisco or upstate New York, no person is illegal. Shut up! Because while you're pretending to be virtuous and not caring about any of the people in these border states or towns, because it doesn't affect you, not only are single military-age men crossing the border at record paces, but unaccompanied minors are crossing. Yes, that's right. What do you think happens to all these minors? How do you think they got there? And where exactly do you think they're gonna go? Raising the possibility, likelihood, and certainty of trafficking, abuse, and who knows what else happening to all these children. So it's not just the military-age men, it's children as well. But hey, who cares about that? They don't care about that. As long as they have their oat milk, soy, cricket-protein latte, the fence around their house and their security detail, or the armed guard at the gate that's allowed to carry a self-preservation device when everybody else can. They could care less because they get to feel virtuous. Oh look guys, it's Pete Buttgig. He's cute as a button on his bicycle. And who cares about Joe? He's old and dead and you ain't black. He's so relatable. But not only are we priming ourselves for an attack from the interior, but this is also not only bankrupting cities and towns on the border and making the life hellish for them with rises in crime, sexual assaults, murders, etc., but it's gonna bankrupt this country. As New York City has just announced, they're planning to spend an extra $1 billion on hotels alone to shelter migrants for the next 3 years. So they come in with no paperwork. A lot of them are military-age fighting men we know absolutely nothing about. They're released into the interior, stressing the financial system and the economy of the entire country, and then stealing jobs from you and your children and your neighbors and your friends. This is literally a powder keg. But people are so clueless that they can't even see what's right in front of their face. And not only do they not see it, they don't want to see it. And if they do see it, they dare not say anything as to not appear virtuous or not welcoming. Every single thing that they suggested that Donnie would do if he got in office is what Biden has done. We are on a rapid spiral to self-destruction. Because you don't have to make somebody do something for something to happen. If I want you to get robbed, I don't have to rob you. I'll just say, hey, why don't you walk down that dimly lit street late at night with an expensive watch and purse on and be a female that's under 5'5" and 120 pounds next to a migrant shelter? You don't have to do it to make it happen. We, them, they, the people who want our great nation destroyed, are intentionally setting us up for some massive event. The border is just one of countless examples of how this will ultimately go down. They tee us up for destruction in plain sight. And then when some absolutely cataclysmic event happens, God willing, they will blame it on everyone but themselves, and they will make and create more government intervention, and take your rights away to pretend to solve it. And just like that, they'll begin setting us up for the next crisis. But everybody loves to be clueless, everybody loves to be virtuous, while they're literally cheering on the destruction of the greatest and freest nation to ever exist in the history of humankind. Good job, guys.